brain fart. I had an idea, or I was trying to think of where to go with my intro. I do these pretty much off the cuff, but I usually have at least a topic in mind when I start talking. About 30% of the time is what I mean by usually. And I just gone. It was here and then it was not here. Or there was nothing here to begin with. So, hey, it's a late morning in mid-June. And yeah, holiday vacation time had to burn. And yesterday while I was out running errands on the other side of town, I stopped by Northwest Beerwerks, which usually has a very nice selection of beers on tap. And this time was no exception. They had quite a few Great Notion beers on tap, which was quite interesting. I don't know that I've seen Great Notion on tap very often up here. Great Notion is out of Oregon, I think Portland. And they tend to specialize, or the thing they're most known for, I think, are these really big bombastic smoothie sours. And they had a watermelon gosa, which sounded interesting to me, but I was kind of targeting beers that my wife would like as well, because I also got an IPA that I'll review later. And amongst the Great Notion sours, they had a blueberry muffin sour. And we are always suckers for a good blueberry beer, but so many blueberry beers are not good. So this might be a pleasant experience, or it might be a golly gosh experience. I'm hoping it's the former. Considering Great Notion's experience and reputation, I'm expecting it to be the former. So let's find out together. Well, that's a smoothie sour. Hey, welcome to another episode of Chewing the Brew. So this growler has been closed and sealed since I had it filled at Northwest Beerwerks yesterday. So that was the first open. So the beer is fresh-ish. This is a Drink Tanks growler. It's okay. The latch system is a little bit finicky, and you can actually, in the right or wrong circumstances, like hard seal the cap to the body if you overfill it, if you don't leave a little bit of air room. And then it can be very challenging to get the lid off, like 20 minutes struggling to get the lid off kind of thing. Anyways, oh, and also, if y'all don't recognize this is one of my favorite albums. This is Firebird album by the Dirt Poor Robins, and it's a wonderful album. And in fact, I did a first listen react video to Firebird on this very channel. I'll try and remember to pin it somewhere. But this is definitely a smoothie sour, given the thickness and the color. Blueberry muffin. So blueberry is one thing. With it being muffin, I'm expecting there to be a baked or a baked good quality to this. So I'm expecting the malt to be playing perhaps a more prominent part than it would in a typical sour, or more present part. And it does smell like blueberry muffin blueberries. There's a bit of tartness to it. There's a kind of ascorbic acid, like vitamin C kind of note to the aroma as well, which typically I have found relatively common in smoothie sours. I know with a smoothie sour they add lactose, I think, to produce the creaminess, because lactose, milk sugar, is not fermentable by the yeasts common to beer, and that helps produce a kind of a creamy sweetness to the beer. I wonder, I would guess that's what's at play here. But yeah, it smells really like that kind of thick, sweet, almost like pie filling kind of blueberry that you find common to blueberry muffins, especially like mass market, those super amazing, delicious sweet ones from Costco, Kirkland, kind of that kind of blueberry, which we will, especially here in the Northwest where we have access to amazing fresh blueberries, or perhaps someplace on the East Coast that also has maybe the smaller blueberries, we might kind of poo-poo, but deep down we all love it, don't we? That's a really pleasant smell. It's also very much a not very beer-like smell, which for a smoothie sour, that's fine. Oh, it tastes tarter than it smells. The malt is definitely present. I am tasting that lactose sugar too. Yeah. But the tartness prevents it from getting too sweet. Yeah, that's a very nice tartness. That's a really nice balance. I like that. So you still get that kind of thick pie filling or, you know, mass market blueberry sweet kind of flavor. But it also has this really nicely balanced tartness that just works really well. I'm enjoying that. And then there is a bit of just a really small amount of bitterness, but it tastes more like, it's almost a bready. Not sure if I can even call it. You know, it might be the conjunction of like the malty breadiness, the lactose creaminess, and that ascorbic tartness all together as they kind of, as the tartness starts to fade and you have this nice kind of creamy middle, and then the maltiness kind of starts to grow. I think right at that conjunction, there's a point where it feels a little bitter without actually being bitter, I think. Dogs next door having a time of it. Something's going on. It's a good beer. It's a good smoothie sour. It's tasty. It's enjoyable. It's pleasant. It's kind of fun. I mean, smoothie sours they're kind of fun beers for me. They're not beers, you know. They're kind of, yeah, it's a juice box for the kiddos, right? Except you're not going to let your kiddos drink this. It's kind of fun. It's a little bit excessive, over the top. This isn't, what was that? The Skyward, I think it was, that I had a year or so ago when I tried that selection of different smoothie sours. This is a little more middle of the road. Not that it's unpleasant or less, it's just maybe a little bit less bombastic, but it's still really tasty. It's definitely blueberry muffin. While there is a maltiness to the flavor, that maltiness doesn't read like muffin breadiness. The blueberry muffin part is, they are the blueberries you would expect to find in a muffin rather than the muffin and the blueberries, I think is how I'm reading it personally. If you like smoothie sours, yeah. If you're not a huge fan of beery beers, yeah. If you want something that's kind of fun and over the top, and you know, kind of more of a milkshake of beers, yeah, definitely. Yeah, you really can't go wrong with Great Notion in my experience, especially when it comes to these sours. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I give this beer 3 stars. It's a good beer and I'm enjoying it. And that's all I need to say. So hey, this is me, Matthew, drinking and definitely enjoying Blueberry Muffin Sour by Great Notion Brewing, as poured from the taps at Northwest Beerwerks yesterday. And I will catch y'all on the flip side.